After our guests have watched the orientation, we are now ready to go live and invite our first guest. Welcome to the Haven Realm. What brings you here?
True Christian, I can't trust many people. I needed a safe place to go, to feel safe, without the interjections of others, who evaluate me instead of listening to my conditions.
What are your life's challenges?
I feel misunderstood and judged way too much. I believe I have an intellectual disability and am a victim of constant psychological abuse. The way the world moves around me has come to the point I don't know what to do with myself anymore.
I completely understand. I'm going to help you find yourself again. The next step is to take you through each room to help you diagnose your conditions. This is the mind room. Here we will diagnose if you have an intellectual disability, if you're caught in manipulation traps, or if your perception is distorted from psychological trauma. Let's begin. Where is your mind at right now?
I have communication problems. Part of it is poor memory, the other part is adapting to adult talking patterns. I have an emotional complex, an inferior social intelligence, as I don't understand systems. I'll need a device to assist in conveying my message. This is due to the fact that my words can be taken out of context, and selective listening compromises the integrity of what I'm trying to say. Here is my presentation of different examples. I'm expected to remember things, and I'm evaluated when I don't, especially in terms of informed decision-making and moral choices. I'm expected to act like everyone, then I'm given labels if I don't. I'm expected to thrive in this world and live out a vocation even though I was sheltered, have no support system, and I was conditioned to be submissive since childhood. I'm expected to thrive among everyone, to grow my network while having limited resources, communication problems, psychological trauma, while I'm prone to unconventional behavior. I'm afraid of people as I feel their evaluations of my mistakes and treat me accordingly, making threats and assuming the worst just because of my naivety or brain dysfunctions. Every time I address psychological abuse and toxic behavior, people see me as the problem, as someone who needs to heal, inferring that I should brush everything under the carpet and normalize everything. That one is supposed to critique the victim instead of addressing social problems. I don't know how my understanding of Christianity has come to this conclusion. I came here to seek clarity.
From the sounds of it, there are three major points I need to address: disability, psychological alignment, and moral responsibility. Let's head to the analysis room and isolate the problems that impact your reality. Let's start with disability. You said you have memory retention problems that impacts your decision-making and behavior around others. If I'm understanding correctly, you're only able to use a fraction of what you totally learn. As a healthy brain accumulates knowledge and adapts to circumstances, yours is limited in what you can retain. Based on the limited information, you make decisions, which naturally would be unorthodox because most people retain information and act on prior knowledge. So if you don't retain much knowledge, you said you were sheltered and that you were conditioned to be submissive. What drives your decision making?
I have to survive. Regardless of my naivety, I head a direction and pray for an opportunity. I want to be a true Christian. I try to head that way even if I make mistakes. I'm emotionally weighed down and sensitive. I have tendency to seek immediate gratification.
What happens when things don't go as planned?
I improvise and do the next best choice that is within my grasp.
So in summary, your brain is limited in memory capacity, many of your decisions lack informed intelligence, you make choices based on your needs, values, and feelings, and when you hit an obstacle, you change course. Is that right?
Yes, however, there has only been one exception. It's when I'm emotionally invested.
What we got here is a recipe for disaster in all your endeavors. Your emotions make you an easy target for manipulation. Your poor memory and path diversions make you incapacitated from achieving anything significant. You also mentioned being sheltered and conditioned into submission. Those can play a part in your naivety, gullibility, and willpower to push forward. With your brain conditions, you're up against a society that thrives on intellectualism and street smarts. How do you survive out in the world till now?
I have faith that God looks after me. I'm grateful for all the influences who have helped me. I obsess over work, simplify my schedule, look for as much deals out in the world in all my adventures. I live below my means, and when I have a little extra, I take a vacation. Then I realize my strategy could turn into a business.
How is that working out for you?
I can only maintain simple tasks and repeat off of muscle memory. Anything beyond that flops. I can't make myself marketable. I can't work around the complex psyche of other people. So I ditch trying. It's a perpetual cycle. Changing communities, changing goals, changing mindset. It's a fundamental issue I don't understand. Is that people, they try and dominate my trajectory with their expectations, threats, and projections. My voice is unheard. I let them win. My brain conditions impact every aspect of my life. I have linear thinking, one-track minded, emotional sensibility, ADHD, dyslexia. I forget too much, especially when intrusive distractions divert my attention. Perception sensitivity. I obsess over conflict that taints over my ability to process what's going on. If someone says something about me and I can't remember, I assume that it must be true, which then impacts my overall perception of reality. I then believe justice doesn't exist as the world around me is empowered by intelligence, while I'm pushed around by it. My sense of self-awareness is then relinquished to the hands of my environment. They do all this with little awareness or consideration of how it impacts me psychologically.
You're able to thrive to a point. Other than that, your mind conditions inhibit your decision making, you simplify your life to prevent chaos, you hit a dead end with people, so you avoid engaging with them. Is that right?
Yes, my predicament is so hard to explain that I created music videos to communicate my frustration.
Let's take a break, and when we come back, you can show me those music videos.